Hi, I'm Joth, the audio and edit creative here at Fruitmedia. Today we're going to be looking at the importance of audio in your film. Choosing the right music for video can convey emotions that video alone can't. Creating music is a core part of the creative process. For me, creating music that's tailored and specific to the video is super important. Whether that's a faster track for a more upbeat advert or a slower composition for a charity film, finding the right music can really help communicate the message of your video. For me, it's really important that I understand the needs of the client from the beginning of the process. Influences of mine, I really like the Stranger Things soundtrack. I think the use of 80s synthesizers and things like that make it really authentic and periodically correct, and therefore, it really brings the series to the next level. For me, 80s pop culture has really come back into fashion, and with music that's reflected as well. I really like using sort of 80s inspired things like big over-the-top tom fills, big synth lines, deep synth basses. They can really convey emotions that traditionally sort of orchestras have done so before, but now in sort of contemporary culture these 80s instruments can do that as well. Another example of that is the Copper 90 Derby Days football series on YouTube. As a football fan myself, I love it, and the use of music that's associated with football culture, such as Britpop or indie rock acts such as the Arctic Monkeys or Britpop, say Oasis or Blur, really brings the videos to life, and using music that's specific to those things really takes videos to the next level. There's a close connection between music and memory, and the Cadbury advert from I think 2007 springs to mind, where that Phil Collins song In the Air Tonight and the Gorillaz playing the drums, those things wouldn't be what they are without the soundtrack, and for me, music really makes those videos. Now we're going to look at the process of how I compose music for video. So for when I compose music, I use Logic as my digital audio workstation, or DAW, or DAW. I use a MIDI controller, this one right here, to control all of my sounds with, and sometimes I bring in a guitar and a few other things just to bulk up my songs. So when I compose a track, I usually start out off at the keyboard, laying down some chords that I've thought of on the piano, just to create sort of really basic basis for my song, so, something like that. So after I lay down some chords, I usually find some other instruments or sounds to sort of embellish the song with. Here's an example. So I found a nice bell sound, so pick up a nice melody from that. And then for this track specifically, I laid down some guitar over those opening chords. This is what it sounds like. So as you can hear, the guitar really takes the song on. I added some more guitar for this one specifically, added some vocal chops and some beats and some bass, and yeah, this is what it sounds like. So that's a little bit of what I do when I'm writing music. Whether that's for an advert, a charity film or a documentary, we can create a bespoke track that works. If you're stuck with ideas for music, you can send over a few tracks on Spotify or YouTube or anything like that. So I hope you found it interesting seeing what I do and seeing how important music is to the success of your video.